Hello everyone, and today we're going to be talking about some of my characters, and some of them may or may not have some trauma, but you'll just have to wait and see for that. Okay, so before I start, I'm feeling a little, not feeling sick, but I feel like coughing, and I don't know if I'm on the verge of being sick. I said that last week, but whatever. Anyways, so I'm just gonna go over the characters I've already introduced on the channel to just get them out of the way. Oh, and another thing, I'm only going to be going over one story of mine, because I have different stories, and in the different stories have different characters, so I'm only going to be going over Amy's adventure into the unknown, and the characters that are in that story. So I'm going to try to speed through all of these, because I've introduced a couple of them, a good amount. And so the first one's Amy, and if you watched my little animated, episode thing, then you will know who she is. And then we have, Rain, Vivi Star, and Silk. They were kind of introduced in more of the later parts, and, I don't know why I paused. And then we have some family members of the main characters. I don't think we're gonna talk about them too much today. And then maybe some frenemies and, Trauma Boy. And then there's another video that sort of introduced, the Monster King. We're gonna talk about him later. And then there was actually a short that I drew some of my characters, but there was, I wasn't talking in it, so I don't know if that counts. But yeah. So out of 110 videos, I only, dedicated, less than 10 videos to, my characters. You can fact check me, I'm probably very wrong, but compared to 100 videos, that's not a lot. Anyways, I should probably stop rambling about stuff you probably don't care about, and this video isn't scripted, so I'm kind of just going with the flow. So today we are going to go dive into a character's backstory, because backstory, yay! So we are going to talk about my personal favorite character, Chester, because yeah. Anyways, so you may or may not know that the Chester isn't human. Most of the characters in this story are technically aliens, but that's not too important. Anyways, so when he was a little boy, he grew up without his dad. He never really knew what happened to him, and to be honest, I'm still figuring out what happened. He's dead now, he's dead, but I don't know what happened to him. Something with the royal king stuff, I don't know. Anyways, but he grew up with his mother, and Chester was an only child, so occasionally he got lonely, but he always had his mom to care and love for him, and his mom loved him very much. By the way, if you hear screaming, I have siblings. They're not dying, they're just arguing. Anyways, so as Chester got older, his mother also got older and developed a heart problem. And Chester's like, oh no, what's gonna happen? Sorry, I'm coughing a tiny bit. Anyways, so she went to the hospital or whatever, but they needed to pay the bills because, money is still a thing. So Chester's like, I need to get a job kind of thing. This is when he's older, So he started looking for a job, and he tried to go, be like, oh, there's a job opening, let me try to go, and then the people are like, no. Basically, he got rejected everywhere he went. I get English. But it never occurred to Chester that he was different in the sense of, he never really saw anyone that looked like him. I don't have any characters that look similar to him in the sense of, color scheme, because obviously his parents are the only one who look like him because they're his child or whatever. And when I first created Chester, character design-wise, he was offsetting and a little creepy. So I'm kind of putting that into the story. So he was a bit offsetting, or to he was a bit off-putting to the people. So basically they're like, I don't want an employee that's gonna scare away my customers kind of thing. But Chester didn't know that. Anyways, so one day he was just out in the village he lives in, and he's just doesn't know what to do. He's just sitting all alone, oh my gosh, my mom's gonna die because I can't pay the bills or whatever. Because basically they need the money in order to help his mom, I keep referring to his mom as his mom because I don't have a name for her yet. Anyways, I digress. So, he's just sitting there and thinking, and then a little voice comes out and just says to him, like, hey, I have an idea. And Chester's like, who's that? Like, who's that voice, you know? And this character says, oh, my name's Heck. I am here to help you. And Chester's like, okay, what's the idea? And Heck says, you see that vase over there? You should take it and sell it to get money for your mom. And Chester says, what? That'd be stealing. That's not good. And Heck says, but it's just one little thing. No one cares about that vase. But we need it for your mom, you know? Like, isn't your mom more important than just a vase? Or are you saying that your mom's life isn't important? And Chester's like, what? No, I love my mom, like, with all my heart. I would do anything for her. And Heck just says, then take the vase and sell it. And Chester's like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And he steals the vase and sells it. But Chester says, this isn't enough money to, like, pay the people for the hospital. And Heck is like, go take some other things and make more money. Chester's like, but I'll be stealing from other people. And Heck just says, they don't even care about that stuff. It's just laying around to be taken. It's their fault. And plus, your mom's life is more, like, it's worth more than material things. And Chester agrees and starts stealing. So Chester continues to steal and actually builds up a reputation in the sense of, like, people start knowing that he's the one who's stealing, and there's, like, wanted posters, and Chester's like, oh geez, should I stop? Like, this is not good. And Heck's just like, keep going. Like, Heck kind of just starts taking over in the sense of Chester and his thinking. But every now and then, Chester would feel kind of sad that he stole things from other people, you know? And whenever he would think these things, he felt a voice, like, in the back of his mind, like, of guilt, you know? And this character, like, it's another character that's within him named Hick. So Hick would try to tell Chester, like, no, it's wrong. But Heck would always come along and be like, your mom is worth more than this material thing. And would always keep putting his mom as, like, a thing to convince him that, like, to justify his decisions. And somehow his mom never found out about this. Sorry, I'm just kind of thinking about it right now. I'm like, how did his mom not know? Like, maybe she was just in the hospital for a while and they don't have wanted posters in the hospital. But I don't know. But basically, the wanted posters and just the word of this person stealing gets to the Monster King. The king is the ruler, because that's what kings are. But basically, he's like, I can't be having this person just stealing and not, like, me not do anything about it, because I need to set an example out of this nobody, and he needs to know that you can't just steal from me. So basically, he sent some guards to go after Chester and bring him back to him, and the Monster King will figure out what to do with him. Chester was able to get away from the guards because he's been chased a couple times by some locals, because, you know, he's, I want to say, getting more famous, but, like, in a bad way. But one time, Chester was stealing from a bakery, and Chester is in this bakery, and the lights were off, and he's just looking around, and he hears something, and he looks, but no one's there. So he's like, come out wherever you are. I know how to fight. Or something along those lines. Basically threatening the person, or Crinian, whatever, to show themselves. But no one comes out, so Chester kind of just thinks, I'm just being paranoid. So he continues looking around for things he can take and sell. But someone was truly watching him. But I'm going to end it here because this video is kind of getting long. So I'll probably make a second part because, I don't know, I kind of liked making this video. Because I was talking about my child, Chester. He's not actually my child, okay, so it's not weird. So anyways, I'm hopefully gonna make a second video to this and you'll get to find out who was watching him. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Anyways, I'm gonna go now, bye. I feel like with this video, I didn't go into much detail with Chester. I said, like, more of, like, basically what happened and, like, oh, like, Chester did this and Chester said this, you know, because this is not, like, I didn't write this down and put like exactly what he said, so some of the story might change in the future. And some of this stuff might not even make sense because some of this stuff I have to change, but whatever.